on South Asia is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, together we'll go far.
Welcome back to Eye on South Asia. Sanjeev, let's talk about the festivities that happened over the past week for India Day, or Indian Independence.
And the parades and
yes,
celebrations
parades.
everywhere.
Indian consulate also celebrated, as they always do, and
Right.
India's independence was also celebrated at Jackson Heights by the Merchant Association.
It's a Jackson Heights Merchants Association, one of the
Yes.
oldest association in the New York area, and they are right in Queens. Jackson Heights, 74th Street, that's where they are. And one of the streets over there has been named Kalpana Chawla Way after Kalpana Chawla, the astronaut, who actually, died in that accident. So I-Day, or India's Independence Day, was celebrated in Queens at that a restaurant, Mumbai Grill restaurant, where political dignitaries, community leaders, they all got together and they celebrated, India's Independence Day. So that was very nice. And Jackson Heights Merchants Association, they do a pretty good job in doing these celebrations.
Yes, and there was also the Manhattan-based parade on Madison Avenue that took place this past Sunday.
Right.
And you were there, I believe.
Yes, and you were there. So
yes,
it was a beautiful day, though. I mean,
it was.
Parade was absolutely amazing.
It was
Everyone
wonderful.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of people, they all enjoyed it. They all had a great time. So FIA, I think, did a superb job in managing all parade activities and everything.
Absolutely. And I don't know if we mentioned last time, but Saif Ali Khan was the Grand Marshal of the parade, as well as Anil Kumble was also chief guest.
Right.
So that was very exciting. And one of the parade floats, which I happened to be on, was the SIAEA.
Stands for?
Any idea what that stands for?
Society of Indo-American Engineering
Engineers
and
and Architects.
There
That
you
was
go.
a great guess. Okay, so they are doing some really great things. They're having a scholarship, and this is targeting students that are going to be joining university, and they're encouraging studies in the field of engineering and architecture. So they're giving out 10 scholarships of $2,000 each, and it's going to be awarded to students of Indian origin enrolled in any undergraduate degree program in either of these two fields, engineering or architecture, and they have a deadline for this, which is August 31st.
which is extended now.
Yes,
Okay.
which is extended.
Now, these students, do they have to be members of SIAEA?
Yes, absolutely. They do have to be members of this organization.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So if someone who is not a member of SIAEA and, their
But
kids,
they are pursuing this
they're-
field.
right, but their kids will not qualify for this scholarship.
Well, if they want to become members,
Okay.
then there's eligibility requirements and application forms for that. And actually, they can go to the website, which is siaeany.org. So, yeah, if they go to that website, they can actually find out what are the requirements
Good.
for applying. So that's very exciting.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into an interesting, dramatic plot here.
This story actually just hit the wire as we went into recording of this show Eye on South Asia. So it's a totally fresh story, and by the time our viewers catches our show, I think there may be some developments to this story. But it just came out that an inspiring actor who allegedly made death threats against Harvey Weinstein. Now, Harvey Weinstein is a big, huge name in Hollywood, right? So this aspiring actor made death threats against his family in an attempt to extort $4 million from the film producer. And now this gentleman named Vivek Shah, 25 years old, of Chicago area, has been arrested now.
And he's just a very small-time aspiring actor. He's done very small bits of roles in shows like Outsourced and A Role in the Dark Knight, but they're very small.
Who
And
would know more about that than you?
of course, I was
Exactly.
totally looking for it.
Right.
But I mean, he also had the, courage or whatever you want to call it, to
To go after these big guys.
yes, he
There
also
are three of
managed to
them.
threaten a coal magnate, Christopher Klein, who's worth an estimate $1.5 billion.
Right.
And he was trying to extort $13 million from him. And he had like wiring instructions, so
This-
how he can get
and
the money.
Harvey Weinstein is the Oscar-winning producer of Shakespeare in Love.
Yes.
And he's also co-chairman of the Weinstein Company. I mean, he's a heavyweight, big guy
Yes.
who recently hosted a fundraising dinner for Obama, and it was like costing at $35,800 per person per plate. So you can imagine that how influential and how solid this man is. And this Vivek Shah, a young man, was going after him along with the other two guys, right? One was, I think, coal magnate, and the other one was owner of an NHL team. We don't have any information about NHL team owner, but he was just trying to extort millions out of these guys.
Well, let's look at what actually happened to him. In the meantime, he's being held without bail in West Virginia. He's originally based in Ohio, this guy. And
Well,
if
Ohio,
convicted,
he was arrested at his parents' house outside
Yes.
Chicago. Then he was living in West Hollywood, California, while trying to launch a career in the film. It's totally unknown that why he was sending death threats to this guy's family members.
right. I don't know. It's a tough world in acting.
And
But if convicted of felony charges, he could face a maximum 20-year prison sentence.
right. And a postal inspector, Joshua Mayhall, said in a sworn affidavit that each of these letters contained a threat to kill named members of the recipient's family unless a large sum of money was wired to an offshore bank account.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't know how he would,
somebody
be brave enough to
really
even do
must
that.
somebody really must have upset him big time. They offered him a big role or something
Right.
in the film, and finally in the end they denied it.
Maybe he
And
was supposed to be Batman or the Joker in The Dark Knight and didn't quite make it that far.
he had an untitled role in the
In The Dark Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So this is just like I said, that story just hit the wires today, and we're just sharing it with you. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's quite bizarre. All right, so let's get back to India.
And this is not bizarre. This is serious matter.
This is serious and it's pretty exciting.
It's exciting and it's interesting, and it's just the title of the story says it all.
So diamonds are forever.
That's right.
India has a record high sales in diamonds.
Yes.
And typically we're known for gold. India it's the world's largest consumer of gold, consumes about 20% of the world's demand. And that's, traditionally part of our culture. With any ceremony, you name it, weddings to engagements, it's gold. But
Right.
now diamonds is becoming the fast emerging market
And
behind
diamond
America.
prices have gone up, about 25% in the last year and a half, versus gold prices have gone up as much as 50%.
Right.
Okay, so it's not like diamonds are cheaper to buy. Diamonds are
Not
still
at all.
expensive to buy. Exactly. And people are buying more and more diamonds in India.
Yeah. So let's kind of look at why people are choosing diamonds.
Shift from gold to diamond. Yes, why?
Yes.
Tell us.
So a lot of young customers are on the lookout for contemporary and trendy everyday wear because youngsters are wearing more Western clothes these
Right.
days. So what better a way to accessorize their Western clothes than to wear
So
diamonds?
gold is not the
Well, I guess-
type of
no.
that goes with
Well,
the Western
gold-
outfit?
Gold goes well with saris and more traditional outfits because even if you look at the style of gold and the way it's made,
Right.
it tends to be kind of chunky and
Yes.
grand looking, so you'd want to wear it for a party or a wedding or perhaps a traditional ceremony.
It's a personal choice. Really, it's a personal taste.
is a
Gold
trend.
versus diamond. It's
Yeah.
a trend. But now, this Indian jewelry market is packed at rupees 1.40 lakh crore with diamond and gemstones.
Yes.
Gemstones are also another big item. They're selling like hotcakes. So this diamond market is just unbelievable.
Yes, and let me go into more of the reasoning here.
Please.
So the youngsters, they want to wear, with an evening
Right.
gown or some sort of Western outfit, and solitaries, as they call it, is the favorite choice. So this is something very simple, like a necklace, and they consider it a good investment. And no longer is jewelry being gifted or being used for traditional ceremonies such as weddings and that thing. It's also for engagements, birthday parties, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, a lot of imported
And
holidays.
also religious days like Akshay Tritiya and Dhanteras, those
Gold
are the
is
days.
being used
You
more
go
for
out and
those.
buy gold for on
Right.
those days, exactly.
Right.
Okay.
But when it comes to, because Valentine's Day and those sorts of holidays in India, well, it's not really a holiday, but, celebrations are, becoming more and more popular. And what better way to celebrate than to buy diamonds?
Diamonds are forever. It's just amazing. Where's your diamond ring now?
I don't know. I think I should take a trip to India to actually buy a diamond now.
Good luck with that if you can afford it.
And they, I have been noticing that in a lot of weddings, they're replacing the gold jewelry
Right,
with diamond
with
jewelry because it's kind of a status symbol, I mean, it used to be that a certain weight of gold determined the wealth of the bride's family and the families as a whole, but now diamond is the next step.
I'm a silver man. I like silver.
Oh, silver. Okay.
That's
Well,
it.
there's always platinum as well.
I know, but I'm okay with silver.
Yeah. Well, even just in the United States, there has been a lot of increase in gold and precious metals, where people are being encouraged to invest in these markets
Right.
because they're afraid with the dollar and the currency how it's going to go, whether up or down. The rupee was down
True.
a while ago, and yeah. So,
Alrighty. So that's it. Diamonds are forever.
so that's all the time we have for this week's episode.
Thank you.
You can watch us week after week on Crossings TV, same time, same place. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube. Just search for Eye on South Asia. So until next weekend, I'm Bhavna Vannan, wishing you a great weekend.
And I'm Sanjeev Pandya. See you all next week.
Eye on South Asia is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, together we'll go far.